Hello everybody and welcome once again to another video, and we are going to talk today about 5 quality of life improvements for the game Dead by Daylight. You may ask, hey Nero, what are quality of life improvements? Well, quality of life improvements in gaming or in software development in general means that you have certain things that make it easier for players to use the platform or the game and make it more convenient for the player. Let's get right into it. So the first quality of life improvement that we are actually going to look at is the blood web, one of the oldest mechanics of Dead by Daylight, and it feels outdated. If you have hovering over one of the items, you can actually select it, but look how long it takes till the item actually gets selected for that and gets added for your inventory. As soon as you are also done with one of these, you have to wait level 3, and just overall getting all these items, it takes a long time and it is also not automatically. Another thing about the blood web is, and I don't know if you can hear it, but the blood web is freaking loud and you do not have an own setting for the blood web. So either you turn down the whole game volume to make it more bearable for you, or you actually have to suffer through this loudness of the blood web. So either they should go with lowering the volume of the blood web, or they should make it adjustable for every player themselves how loud the blood web actually is. Another thing about the blood web is actually the dialogue. Here you can see a new character and it gives you the introduction, even though you have already seen this 1,000 times. So you had all these different characters, you were upgrading them, and every time you still get this dialogue and have to click through this. A quality of life improvement would be, for example, that you either get this dialogue only when you are doing it for the first time or the first 3 times, or even maybe when you are coming back after a certain time to just get reminded, okay, how does the blood web go? But to be honest, for a player who has over 500 hours already in this game, it is pretty unnecessary to tell them again what the blood web actually does and how it works. Another quality of life improvement for the blood web would actually be making it more automatic. As you can see, I have 500,000 blood points right now. There are people who just get it up to 2 million all the time and then have to spend it in one row. And why make them suffer and go through all this clicking, holding down the button, waiting for every node themselves to do it? Why not make an automatic point where you say what you want to prioritize and that it is going through the blood web automatically and faster? It would actually be a quality of life improvement and would make it more enjoyable to spend the points for players who are already familiar with the game, already know how it goes. Another quality of life improvement that we actually have is for new players. Every new player that starts the game is grinding through the blood web, and as you can see in the loadout, the perks are just locked. For what reason? You put the new players into a disadvantage. The new player does not have a good introduction to the perks. It would be so much smarter to have the 3 standard perks directly equipped with every new character that they have, with the standard characters that they have, and let them play and get the feeling for the different perks, right? If you are going to lock the slots, you deny the player having this feeling of changing the perks and everything, and this is actually worse for the new players. So quality of life improvement, give up these slots and make it not based on the character level. Just a little in between, if you also have some quality of life improvements which you would actually want to see, feel free to comment down below. I'm also thinking about making a second part and I would love to hear what you guys think, may it be as killer or as survivor. Quality of life improvement number 2 are actually the graphic settings. The graphic settings are, for a game as famous as Dead by Daylight, absolutely awful. The only thing that you can really change is quality. So you can't really say, okay, which settings do I want to adjust? You only have one setting which goes with everything. Furthermore, for the full screen, you only have 2 modes. You have either full screen or windowed mode. You do not have full screen, borderless full screen, and the window mode, which is quite annoying and also would be a quality of life improvement to adjust. In addition to the graphics, we have also that Dead by Daylight in the base mode is locked to 60 FPS. So many games already run on more than 60 FPS. People who have screens with a better hertz rate are always crying playing Dead by Daylight, and you can even go into the files and set up it for yourself that you can go above the 60 FPS up to 120. If you go over 120 you can experience some weird bugs, but this would be another quality of life improvement if you could actually choose here the maximum of the frame rates that you want to have. And the same goes also with the VSync. Do you want to adjust it or not? Do we want to have it turned on or not? There we go with the quality of life improvement number 3, and this time it is actually about the lobby. When you are a killer and you're finding a match with survivors, you can see the survivors rank, you can see the survivors prestige, and this leads to people actually dodge lobbies. If the prestige of the survivor is too high, some killers actually start to dodge. They don't want to play the game, they don't want to risk a lose, and they just search for other people. So quality of life improvement, don't make it visible for the killer what is the prestige of the survivors. It can actually stay for the survivors, that the survivors can see each other, what prestige they have, but I will turn it off for the killer. Quality of life improvement number 4 is the game chat. I know that some people of you have already experienced that. Just wanted to say something nice to the killer, and I really mean nice. I don't mean something well, you know, you just wanted to say something nice, or you were just talking about the game and all of a sudden half your sentence was censored. So Dead by Daylight, please adjust your chat filter, adjust the words that are being blocked, and I would say in this case it is actually too much that gets censored, and it breaks the flow and makes it harder actually for people to make friends over the in-game chat. And I really mean that. I don't mean it like for insults, I mean it to make contacts and talk to people. Not long ago I've been talking with somebody and the words German or Italian for some reason were blocked off. Strange. Definitely something I will change, which would be a quality of life improvement in general. Now we are going with the quality of life improvement number 5, and here we are talking actually about perks. If you are picking a killer, you go to the loadout and you want to pick the perks that you are searching for. They are sorted alphabetically, but to be honest, it is super hard to find the perks that you actually want to equip. So either you know the picture, or you know the exact name, or you search through everything. You have to go through all the pages, and as long as you do not have for every killer all the different perks, you're going to struggle to find the right thing, because with some killers you're going to have the perk and very rare, with some killers you won't, with some killers you don't have the perk at all. And to check that, a search bar would be perfect, just something here that we could search for and go through all the perks, which shows us then the right perks that we're searching for. So that was it for today's video. Thanks everybody, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.